I'm 28. I can't help but feel like my dream chasing years are over. And I just don't know. You're supposed to know, and I just don't know. Nowhere feels right. Nothing feels right. I don't know what it is, and part of me wonders if it's because I'm a twin, so I wasn't even supposed to be here. But nothing feels right. Having kids, I just can't picture it. I can't picture it.
And I truly have no one to blame but myself, because time and time again, I am the common denominator. I am the one with the absurd lack of discernment. I am the one believing these straight poisonous snakes of men.
True.
I'll be real honest with you right now. I've been single and celibate coming up 10 months now, and I was really trying to convince myself that I was happier being independent and alone, and that I would be happy being on my own for the rest of my life. I was really trying to convince myself of that. The algorithm was doing its bit. I've seen a lot of content around being just happy, single, just loving life, solo. You know, older women are happier when they're alone. They live longer. All of that stuff. And I've been trying to believe it. I really have. And I was drinking the Kool-Aid for a while there. But now, I don't know why, I've tried to just be really honest at every part of this journey. I'm 10 months in now, and I'm thinking,
10 months in, guys. Just think when they have to live alone for 30, 40 years, till they die. They all think it's so easy right now when they're 30, they're 40, but they don't think about it when they're 50, 60, 70.
I get why people pair up. I get it.
I'm gonna go on a dating event by myself this evening. Not sure how that's gonna.
So I just got stood up. Oh my god. Right now. This just happened.
Single women over 40. I have one question for you. How long ago was your last relationship?
Just a friendly wellness check for all the other 30-year-olds out there trying to date Nashville. How the hell are y'all doing?
So a week ago, my boyfriend broke up with me, citing the reason that we're not the right fit because he wants someone that will come over and make him breakfast when he's tired in the morning on Sundays. Meanwhile, 24 hours later, I found out this man has been on the streets.
I watched a video of someone saying that they met their girlfriend on TikTok, and TikTok has done more for relationships than the apps. So I deleted all the apps. Now what?
Yeah, guys, that's what they do. That's why you'll see all these women complaining that they're single. They're waiting for Sims to write them messages, to validate them, to pay attention to them.
It's not hard to find someone that likes you more than you like them. And it's not hard to find someone that you like more than they like you. What's hard is trying to find someone who you're equally obsessed with.
It's because you don't know your actual level, ma'am. That's why.
It's so hard.
And you know what the worst part is? It's not anybody's fault. No one taught us how to be in functional relationships. We're all learning on the job, so we're all hurting each other. We're all bleeding out onto one another because no one's healed. No one's, facing their demons. And it is so rough.
If I had to summarize what being single in your 30s is, basically is your mum sending you singles events in Dubai when she's based in the UK. She's sourcing the events for me.
My mother is determined to find me a man. She will do whatever it takes.
Friday night check-in for all my fellow single girlies in their 30s. Just a reminder that it's okay to have no plans, have no hinge dates, no matches, not talking to anyone, currently living with your parents, staying in your childhood bedroom, in bed with your dog at 9 p.m. This is the highlight of your day, and you just finished Ed Gein and cried.
I see this stuff all the time where it's I didn't marry a loser. And I always think to myself, in a parallel universe, if I, woke up one day and was shit, my husband's a loser, I would be so frustrated if I was doing everything. I'm child rearing, I'm taking care of the house, I'm taking care of myself, I'm planning meals, prepping meals, I'm doing everything, I'm putting the team on my back. And then you look over and Hank, my husband, just happens to be the biggest loser known to man.
Ma'am, if you married a loser, it's because you're a loser yourself, ma'am. If you were smart, you wouldn't marry a loser.
people would be like, well, she should have thought of that. She should have thought of that when she was a sophomore in college and met him at a frat party. Like, that's still her bad somehow. Like, the fact that he literally sucks is still somehow on me. Like,
Ma'am, how did you not see he sucked when you got into a relationship with him? After you were in a relationship for 2, 3, 4 years, how did you not realize he sucks? Why did you marry him? Oh, because you were in love and you ignored all the red flags. That's why, ma'am. So if you marry a loser, it's because you are a loser yourself, ma'am.
I should have chosen better. And even before, like, my prefrontal cortex was developed, like, I should have had the foresight to know that Hank was this giant loser.
Okay, ma'am, so if your prefrontal cortex wasn't developed at college, how come you can drive? How come you can drink alcohol at 21 or 18 in Europe? How come you can vote? How come you can determine the trajectory of a country? If you're stupid, if you as yourself admit that your prefrontal cortex didn't develop, ma'am.
Low IQ, very low IQ.
I will give this analogy again. If there is a lake full of alligators, and there are signs all over the lake saying, warning, there are alligators here, don't go swimming, and you go swimming, is it the alligator's fault that he ate your leg, ma'am, or is it your fault? Because you ignored the signs, or you couldn't read the signs, ma'am. Is it his fault? There will always be bad people in this world, toxic people. It's your duty to protect yourself, especially if you know you're a woman and you're the weaker sex, and you can get hurt. And if you have children, you have to take care of those children. How come you don't want to protect yourself? Oh, but I was just 21 or 22 or 23. That doesn't matter, ma'am. You can vote, you can drive, you can drink, ma'am. How come you can't decide the guy that you're going to spend 30 or 40 or 50 years with? As I said before, guys, they have no accountability.
Okay, y'all, I'm actually worried. I just turned 27 a couple weeks ago. And in my head, I'm like, damn, 27? Celebrating my single life? And then I sat down and I'm like, fuck. I'm 27, getting closer to 30, and I'm not even close to having a boyfriend. Like, I don't even have a situationship, nor am I talking to anyone. And I always thought that by 27, I would be married with kids. Nah, man. It's okay, though. It's really not. But, you know, just living life. One step.
It's because you didn't prioritize that, ma'am. If you made it a priority, you would be married now, ma'am.
Step at a time.
I never want to answer another "How are you?" or "Any plans this weekend?" ever again. Never.
Yeah, guys, this is another thing. Everybody loses patience with time, with age, guys. You're not going to be as patient with a woman or talking with a guy as you were when you were in your 20s. This is another reason why you shouldn't be single at 35 or 40.
Kaput. No, not for me. Do you know what I'm going to do though? Every single week, I am going to bring myself out on a date.
If you ever feel bad about your dating life, just know that I just went on a 30-day dating app detox where I tried to meet somebody in real life. And I did successfully meet one person out in the wild, but he turned out to be a little not great because I had to break up with him 3 times. And even after the 3rd time, he kept texting me and trying to make plans after I even lied and said I started seeing somebody. And even after that, he still tried to make plans with me. And I eventually had to say, hey, I don't think we should talk anymore. And I'm a little worried. So, you know, you can meet them on dating apps, you can meet them in person, they can still be creeps. Anyways.
Ma'am, why are you attracted to creeps, as you say? Why are you attracted to those kinds of men? If those kinds of men are toxic, are creeps, what does that make you, ma'am, if you're only attracted to those kinds of men?
That's all.
Okay, something I feel like that's not talked about enough on this app is being single and financially how hard it is. I literally work 2 jobs. I work in sales and I teach Pilates part-time. Both of the jobs pay pretty well, but still I feel like it's so hard to stay afloat. And like, don't get me wrong, I like to ski. I definitely don't live a frugal life. I have a nice apartment. Never say no to plans, but like, how are people doing it? How are you attending everyone's bachelorette parties, everyone's birthday dinner, going on all of these trips with your friend and having leftover money?
They get in debt, ma'am, or they have sugar daddies or simps to pay for that.
Money to spend on yourself. Completely stopped doing my hair, so that saves some money. Truly exhausting. I just don't understand it.
Well, what do you bring to the table? What do you provide? What do you bring to the table? I bring a bag of pixie dust that I can sprinkle on literally everything in your life and make it better.
Pixie dust, guys. Look at the piercings. Pixie dust.
I'm a woman. Have you ever felt the genuine love and care and tenderness of a woman before? We literally carry pixie dust in our armpits and we just go and we sprinkle pixie dust on everything in your life and it'll make it so much better. If you genuinely can bag a beautiful, kind, caring, compassionate woman, that woman will sprinkle so much pixie dust on everything in your life. Women just make things better when they're in love. And if you've never experienced that, you're not loving her right. She needs to be cared for. You make a woman feel cared for and secure. Oh my God, it's a limitless, endless spree of pixie dust. Everything will be better. Your whole life, you will walk.
Yes, ma'am, if you just show a guy respect, peace, and love, he will just spray cum dust all over, ma'am, all over, an endless spree of cum dust, ma'am.
Do you ever just have like these moments in your life where you just look at yourself and you're like, what am I doing? Like, I'm literally nearly 32 and I'm currently living back at home at my parents' house. I'm in my childhood bedroom. I met like a friend today, and I've met a few friends since I've been back in my hometown who have all had babies, and like they're not even babies anymore, they're like toddlers, and they have like these lives. And I'm just like, what happened? Like, I moved abroad and it was amazing and definitely took a career gap and stuff, and I'm just on such a different path that I ever thought I would be on. It's not necessarily a bad thing, because I definitely think I'll look back one day and be like, thank God I travelled, but like, as if I'm lying in my childhood bed right now at 31, single, in my parents' house. Like, what?
If you live in Minneapolis and you have successfully found a boyfriend or a husband via the apps in particular, please tell me if it's worth the time and how many dates you had to go on to meet that person, because I'm losing all faith in the apps and feeling like the time and the energy and the effort to go on these dates and meet people, the payoff just isn't there. So I need a little bit of hope.
I'm 50 and out of a 2-year relationship and have been divorced for maybe 6 years or something. So my last relationship ended last spring, so it's coming up on a year, and I took some time to heal, and now I'm just kind of living my best life and just doing this crazy single mom, working, dating, and just having a good time, but also keeping an open mind, because I do eventually want to find somebody and settle down. So
I'm at the age now where I literally have to go on dates to meet people, and I hate that. Like, I'm the kind of person that literally wants to like hang out with our mutual friends like a couple times and then like eventually hang out alone, but like be chill. Like, the thought of sitting at a dinner date with somebody that I don't know to get to know them makes me want to sob. Also, I'm literally not.
Then don't date, ma'am. Why complain on the internet for strangers that don't care about your dating life? Just don't date, ma'am.
Not looking for a boyfriend. I do not want a boyfriend. But like, I feel like going on dates is like such a normal thing that you have to do in your 20s.
So you don't want a boyfriend and you don't like going on dates, but you still do it. Okay, we're just going to skip this video because it's very stupid.
Low IQ, very low IQ.
I went on a date with a guy on the weekend, and then I just saw today that he's now unmatched me. I thought the date went fine. Like, I didn't really think it was like super good connection or anything like that, but I also don't know if I just have like an expectation that I'm gonna have this amazing connection with someone straight away, and that's just unrealistic. I don't think there was anything.
Yes, ma'am. And did you think that maybe that's why he unmatched you, because it wasn't a good date?
Anything wrong, but I just don't think it was like, wow. Conversation was fine. We went for dinner, and I think we were probably there for maybe 2 hours. It was kind of a little bit different to what I was expecting based on like chatting online. At the end of the day, it's not like I was like, oh my god, really like want to see you again, but it was fine. He messaged me.
Okay, guys, so she's complaining on the internet only because she doesn't think it's fair that that guy unmatched her. She was the one that should have done that because the date didn't go well. Ma'am, have you ever thought that men can also choose? The date didn't go well for you, maybe it didn't go well for him, so he unmatched you. But they can't even think about that. It's always from their perspective. We're just going to skip this video.
Get ready with me while I vent just to the girls. Dating in LA has been rough, like truly, truly rough. Every guy here wants to float around like a little butterfly without any roots. In other words, they want to have their cake and they want to eat it too. They want us to be loyal, but they don't want to commit. But instead of hating on it,
Ma'am, have you ever thought about the fact that the men that you're going after, the ones that look really good and earn a lot of money and are over 6 feet, have all the options in the world? And the likelihood of you getting a guy like that to commit only to you is very small, ma'am.
I'm gonna tell you guys what I'm learning. Dating isn't black and white, unfortunately. It's more like everyone's sprinting on the treadmill, but at their own pace. And my younger self thought I just jumped off my treadmill onto theirs to try to match their pace. But 29-year-old version of me knows that that's not the case. These days, I'm not slowing down for people that can't keep up, and I'm not sprinting for someone who's not ready.
Another woman that is aging, but she's raising her standards.
I'm moving at my pace now, steady, intentional, and grounded. And I'm currently letting people show me their pace and observing where they're at in their journey of life. So when the right person does show up in my life, I know that we're going to fall in step together. We can meet each other at the pace that we're currently at instead of forcing something. If they're at a 3 and I'm at a 7 or vice versa, that's not gonna work. Like, you have to find somebody who is at your pace.
Ma'am, I can be sure of one thing. 2-3 years from now, or even 5 or even 10 years from now, I'll still be making videos about you, ma'am, and your dating life.
I grew up in a family of all single women, and I think it has like massively just changed my perspective on dating. Currently single,
course.
but I was in a very
You never had a father figure. You don't know how a man should act in a happy relationship, ma'am.
very loving relationship for lots of years, and we were best friends. We got on, and we still do to this day. We get on so well, but I just knew it wasn't 100% right, and I just didn't want to stay in a relationship just to be in a relationship. I would genuinely rather be on my own than with someone that wasn't like 100%.
This is the mentality that women have that were raised by single mothers, that have a lot of women that are single in their families. They think they can do everything on their own, and if the guy isn't perfect, isn't exactly how they imagined him to be, she won't settle for him. These are the kinds of women that will be single at 35, 40, that would hit the wall.
Definitely confuses people when I say it to them. But for example, my mum, she's recently started dating a guy, but before that she was single for, I think, 7 years, maybe even longer, because she was genuinely so happy on her own that someone needed to come in and just exclusively positively add to her life. This has honestly been the biggest inspiration for me in dating. I think in today's society, people just hold on to relationships because they don't want to be on their own. And not only hold on, but I think people get into relationships that are subpar and mediocre just because they are scared to be on their own too. I think this mindset and our generation, I think it just really stunts like personal growth. Obviously, if you're in a relationship and you're
Okay, so she's talking about this generation, ma'am. Do you understand that this generation that is full of single women with cats are the most depressed in the entire history of mankind? Do you understand that they are twice as much on antidepressants as men, but somehow they're happier than us?
You're happy and everything is perfect, then 100% you're going to stay with them. I truly believe that even if I got to 40 and was still single, unless someone came along that was everything I could want or everything we could build together, then I would stay single.
I've been single now for almost 1.5 years, and something I realized that has happened to me
I feel like a teenaged woman. I was with my ex-fiance for 10 years and we started dating when I was 21, and he broke up with me only a few days before my 31st birthday. And fast forward, I've been living in New York almost 1 year, and there's this side of me that is very much the 30-year-old. I feel so confident in my work and my point of view and what I want out of life. I feel confident in my body and just can really stand in my authenticity in a way I couldn't in my 20s. And then there's this other side of me that feels completely feral, like I did right before I turned 21.
You can always tell by the glasses, guys. Always, always, always.
Where I'm just adventurous and reckless and want to live my life to the fullest.
It's so different when you're single because everyone who's in a relationship is like building a life with that person. And yes, you can be surrounded by friends and people you love, but you're not like building a life with anyone but yourself. You can go on vacations with your friends, you can go for dinner with your friends, you can go shopping with your friends, you can have movie nights, you can cry to your friends, but you're not building a life with them. It's literally just you against the world. Like you.
Yes, controversial statement from me. I don't think your friends are more important than your girlfriend or your wife, because if you choose correctly, that's the woman that you will be spending 30 or 40 or 50 years with, the woman that you will have kids with. Friends can come and go, but your wife, if you choose correctly, she will be there forever.
You are building your future, your life as yourself, because I'm not going to sit here and wait for a man to build my life. I'm not going to say that my life starts when I meet my husband. And I just moved into my new space and I'm so proud of myself, and like it's so beautiful, but it's so interesting, like kind of celebrating these wins by myself. Obviously, like my family has come over and like some of my friends have come over and been like so supportive and kind, and I'm so appreciative. But really at the end of the day, like I'm here for me. I think the hardest pill for me to swallow since being single is
It's the red pill, ma'am. I will assure you it's the red pill.
knowing that I am only a part of everyone else's life. Like I'm just a little part of my friends' lives, and maybe a big part, I hope a big part, but I'm just like a part of everyone's life. I'm no one's life.
Guys, I just thought I'd share with you the most pathetic thing I've done for a guy recently. Met this guy ages ago, literally in my first week in Amsterdam, so I've known him for quite some time. It was Halloween and I was looking sexy, so I gave him the old 3 a.m, are you up, lol. He responded and was like, yeah, I'm up, come to me, I'm at my parents' place in Harlem. This is annoying because he lives literally around the corner from me where I am now. Harlem in relation to Amsterdam is a bit of a hike to get to at 3 a.m. It's like a 30-minute Uber and it's going to set you back about €35. So I was like, no, come here, because you're going to have to go back to your place anyway at some point. He was like, no, come here, my parents' place is sick, like it'll be a fun place to hang out tomorrow. And I was like, are you saying that you're rich? Slowly he's convincing me. Eventually I was like, okay, whatever, I'll come to you. But what I thought was the cute scary makeup on my face had turned into actual scary, like there was mascara everywhere. I was like, I'll just have a quick shower and then I'll head over. Turns out this was easier said than done. Moving my makeup was an absolute mission. I was scrubbing for what felt like hours. Finally my bag's packed, I'm ready.
As I said before, guys, give a woman a fish and she'll eat for a day. But teach a woman how to do her makeup and she'll catfish forever. Most women today, they actually think they look like how they look with their makeup on. But they don't. That's why they get so frustrated when they get their makeup wrong.
To go and I head over. As I get into the Uber, I call him and I'm like, okay, I'm kind of stressed that you're going to fall asleep, and when I get there, I'm going to be locked outside. He was like, no, don't stress. I'm going to put my phone on loud. I'm going to keep it next to me at all times, and when you arrive, even if I do fall asleep, I'll just wake up if you call me. Perfect. I have a wonderful Uber driver. We're chatting away. I'm in great spirits. I finally arrive. I call him. The call goes to message bank. The Uber driver's like, did you want me to stay? I was like, no, it'll be fine. Oh, but I was so wrong. I call him like 50 times, no answer. I start banging down the door, no answer. I'm ringing the doorbell, no answer. A neighbor comes out and was like, oi, can you like knock that off? And I was like, I'm trying to get in. And he goes, yeah, no shit, go somewhere else. Sparked something inside me that I didn't know I had. I was like, no,
I'm not going to go anywhere else. I'm just going to wait. Because also my logic was like, okay, I could go home and waste another €35, or I'd bide my time. He must stir eventually.
You don't have any logic, ma'am. See, guys, this is what they do for Chad. They will do anything for Chad. But they will never pay €35 to come to you guys. Why is that? Because she doesn't really like you, or she doesn't really respect you guys. That's why.
I have a few theories. I can see all of the lights are on upstairs, so I'm like, maybe he fell asleep on the couch. So he's gonna wake up when it's light in like 2 hours. Or perhaps if I just keep calling his phone, eventually he'll feel the vibration. And so I took myself to a coffee shop in Harlem, and I waited 8 hours. This is all whilst calling him at 10-minute intervals, which I'm sure looked totally psycho, but I had my reasons. By midday the next day, I still had not got a call back.